Lakeside Casino and RV Park, where we earn the best ratings for our RV park in North America with the most beautiful scenery and quiet surroundings. Our casino features the best gaming experience, entertainment that'll blow your mind, and come see the great changes in our buffet, all here at the Lakeside Casino and RV Park.
Hers is a heartbreaking story of sexual abuse in the hands of her grandfather and her father. Her father, 41-year-old Daniel William Goodremote, was apprehended here on Simpkin Street, just minutes away from Rosemary Clark Middle School. We spoke to Alexis Wall, who is in Wisconsin, over the phone about what she's been through in the hopes that her father would once again be captured for the crimes that he committed against not only her two stepsisters, and she believes her 4-year-old sister as well. We're going to speak to Alexis Wall right now.
I was 17 years old. It was April 22nd of 2011. That's when it started, and I turned him in about 3 months later.
So the other kids that are involved in the other crimes are your stepsisters?
Yeah.
So he's been a sexual offender against people for many years, usually relatives?
Yes.
So what happened with you in 2011?
I was in the foster care program because his parents are just like him. That's where he learned it. So I was in the foster care program because of my grandparents, and I ended up living in an independent living program, and that's how he found me. And stuff started to go on, and I was young, and I didn't know what to do. He was my biological father.
And so you were living with your grandparents at that time?
Yes.
Did you have any issues with your grandparents and them assaulting you?
My dad learned his ways from his grandfather. Oh, yes.
So you were assaulted by your grandfather too as well?
Yes, I was.
Did you turn in your grandfather?
I did, but they did not. They didn't have enough evidence to put him away.
So what was the actual trial like for against your father? How long was he put away for? What was the actual sentencing?
I believe it was like 10 years the first time, and then when I turned him in, they put him in jail. They let him out on bond, and he ran off 2 weeks before his trial.
Did the trial proceed?
It did not.
How did you find out about his arrest here in Pahrump?
My Aunt Teresa, who lives in South Dakota, told me. I do not know how she found out.
19-year-old Alexis Wall is very, very grateful to the Nye County Sheriff's Office to do what she says Wisconsin couldn't do, and that's apprehend her father, who is going under the name here in Pahrump under Mark William Walters. He was apprehended for several warrants that were unrelated to the sex crimes that he committed in Wisconsin. Of course, his criminal history is not limited to only sex crime. He's been arrested numerous times in Wisconsin. Alexis was afraid that maybe he'd be committing crimes here. If you have any information against Mark William Walter or any suspicion that perhaps he has any local victims here in Pahrump, you're urged to call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.